Okay,
Yes,
good
sister.
evening, all the best.
Thank you, sister.
Speaker also ready. Okay,
Yes.
carry on. Okay.
Ma'am, Mange ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Mange ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
Mrs. Ragmani and Jaswant both are joined the meeting, madam. Hello. Mange ma'am.
So voice ரொம்ப slow, லோவா கேக்குதே, சொல்லுங்க.
Ma'am. Now okay, ma'am.
கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வால்யூம் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண முடியுமான்னு பாருங்க.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, Mrs. Ragmani and Mr. Jaswant both are already joined the meeting, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Because Mrs. Ragmani.
Shall we start?
Okay, ma'am. Start பண்ணுங்க.
A warm evening to everyone present here for the SEPT at 360 Faculty Development Program on Skill and Enhancement Program for the Teachers, organized by Stella Matna College of Education, Chennai, in association with Sri Vidya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar. With the grace of Almighty God, we have successfully landed on the third day of our FDP. I am pleased to call upon Mrs. Rahmania, Assistant Professor of English from Sri Vidya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar, to deliver the welcome address. Rahmania, ma'am.
Ma'am, audible, ma'am?
Yes, it's audible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all. A very warm welcome to you. It's an honor to deliver a welcome address for STEP at 360 Skill Enhancement Program for Teachers, National Level Faculty Development Program, organized by IQAC of Stella Matuna College of Education, Chennai, in association with IQAC of Sri Vidya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar, in celebration of Teachers' Day 2024. First and foremost, I extend a warm welcome to the resource person of the day, free of our FDP, Dr. P. Caroline Jabasarna, who will be taking us through Teacher Triumph. I deem it a great privilege to introduce Dr. P. Caroline Jabasarna, Controller of Examination and Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Stella Matuna College of Education. She has completed MPhil, Madras from University of Madras, and MPhil in Education from Manonmaniam Sundarnath University, and PhD from Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University. She has cleared her NET in education in June 2011. She has teaching experience in both government and private colleges in Chennai, and she has served in Ediraj College and Lady Wellington Institution of Advanced Study Education, Loyola College of Education. At present, she is working in Stella Madonna College of Education, Chennai. She has been teaching in UG level for more than 20 years and PG level for 9 years. She holds numerous administrative responsibilities along with the examination and evaluation duties. She has authored 2 books in B.Ed curriculum. She has published papers in several journals and presented papers in numerous seminars and conferences. She has organized seminars and conferences and also served as resource person for a number of in-service program for teachers and professors. She has received a Best Teacher Award from Tamilaga Kalvi Aaraichi Nirvanam and Nature Science Foundation and Occasional Service Award from Rotary Club of Chennai, Crown. I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, to this FDP. And next, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our chairman of Srividya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar, and Reverend Dr. Ruby Alangara Mary, the Secretary of Stella Madonna College of Education, to this FDP. I welcome Dr. Ganesan, Principal, Srividya College of Arts and Science, and Dr. and Mrs. Joseph Catherine, Principal of Stella Madonna College of Education, to this FDP, and a warm heart. I am immensely pleased to welcome the community of academicians, faculty members, and school teachers for this FDP. Once again, on behalf of management and staff of Srividya College of Arts and Science and Stella Madonna College of Education, I welcome you all for this FDP. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your welcoming words. We are now eagerly waiting to learn P. Carolyn Jabasorna, the Controller of Examinations and Assistant Professor of Maths from Stella Madonna College of Education, to this session on Teacher Triumph and Become Successful Teachers. Now over to you, Jaba ma'am.
Thank you, Mangai ma'am. I shall start the presentation.
You can share your screen, ma'am.
Yes, just a minute. Is it visible? Mangai ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Good evening to one and all present here. I thank the Secretary of Stella Madonna College of Education, Dr. Sister Ruby Alangara Mary, and the Principal of Stella Madonna College of Education, Dr. Joseph Catherine, and the Chairman of Srividya College of Arts and Science, Engineer Ramanujat Das, and the Principal of Srividya College of Arts and Science, Principal Dr. M. Ganeshan. And I record my thanks to the organizers for having given me the opportunity. Thank you so much. And I'm very happy indeed to meet you all on the eve of Teachers' Day, tomorrow being the Teachers' Day celebrations at all the institutions. I'm very happy to deliberate on the topic Teacher Triumph. Firstly, before going on with the topic, I want to especially thank my 9th standard maths teacher. And actually, she was a teacher with great values, and she was giving effective teaching in the classroom, not only to the gifted students, but to all the students. Actually, she was giving a lot of problems apart from the textbook in order for all the students to practice speed mathematics. And what happened is, her name is Miss Rajalakshmi. And what happened was, during one day, she was distributing the answer scripts to all the students in the classroom. And in those days, we had a habit of checking the total among each other, and then we have to enter the marks with the teacher. So when my turn came, I went to Ms. Rajalakshmi and told, 2 marks has been added to my score. Actually, my score was only 94. I just told her 2 marks extra has been added to my score of 94. And she looked at me and she took my answer script, and immediately she wrote on my answer script, marks for mathematics 94, and marks for honesty 2 marks, and altogether you're getting 96. And in addition, she told me, you take this answer script home, show it to your parents, and get it signed from your mother and father. And I was very much touched by the act of kindness she actually showed to me, and almost the entire class was shocked. She not only inspired me to become a teacher, but actually she inculcated the value of honesty, not only to me, because looking at her role modeling, almost all the students in the classroom must have understood what a teacher ought to be. So from that moment onwards, I wanted to become a teacher like Ms. Rajalakshmi. And I'm just quoting this incident because tomorrow being the Teachers' Day, I want to show my gratitude to my ninth standard maths teacher who had taught me not only mathematics, but also values. And I also thank all my dear teachers, right from my primary level to the collegiate level, who not only taught me subjects, but also values, and all my students whom I taught and whom I learned from, and all my colleagues who had contributed much in my teaching journey. What are the key takeaways of today's session? Why triumphant teachers are needed in today's scenario? What are the personal and professional values for teacher triumph? I'm giving anecdotes in order to explain the personal and professional values for teacher triumph and accomplishments of a triumphant teacher. What is teacher triumph? You all know that triumph means victory, success. So the term teacher triumph refers to the success and achievements experienced by teachers in their profession. What do you mean by success in the profession of teaching? Does it refer to qualifying yourself with more degrees, diplomas, and more skill-oriented courses? Does achievement means receiving patents, awards, and so many aspects in which we have our head held to be very high, or making a lot of money in the profession? Does achievement means making a lot of money in the profession? No, not at all. Success actually refers to the feedback from the students, feedback from the stakeholders, that is the parents, feedbacks from the colleagues, and feedback from the management, because success is directly proportional to reputation. How can a teacher give success in the classroom? What should the intention of a teacher to be? What should the objective of a teacher has to be in the classroom? The primary objective of a teacher is she has to make all the students in her classroom to go for a pass. That should be the primary objective of a teacher. There might be a lot of challenges in order to achieve this success, but a teacher has to be adding on all the skills and all her experiences in order to give success to the students. So here in this topic, we are going to see how a teacher can triumph in his or her career. And some of you might think that only experienced teachers can go for success. Is that true? No, even the young and energetic teachers or the budding teachers can go for triumph. And what is needed for teacher triumph? Already I told you the feedback. The feedback is a positive note for us because our students are our evaluators. The students will go and tell about our teaching, the methodology, the soft skills we use in the classroom to their parents. And they'll be telling, supposing if the teacher is very influential, they'll be telling all about the teacher to their parents, especially in the school level. If a particular student likes a teacher, he or she will never stop talking about that teacher at home. That is the success of a teacher, because the teacher works with commitment and compassion for the teacher. So a triumphant teacher need not be accomplishing her career with a lot of degrees and diplomas or receiving awards and patents, etc. but a triumphant teacher should work for the success of the students. So here we are going to see about the values and the skills needed for the profession. So here, the second sentence says, it embodies the idea of overcoming challenges and making a significant positive impact in the field of education. After we overcome all the challenges which we happen to meet in the profession, we make a significant impact in the field of education. We gain reputation in the field of education. We gain reputation among educators. We gain reputation among our fellow teachers. So that is known as teacher triumph. And I would like to share a quote with you. Let us cherish the charm of the profession. According to the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor for me. Are we remembered in our profession as a good teacher? Kindly do introspect within yourselves. And if there are certain aspects to be improved, kindly do improve in the years to come. That is my humble request. Significance of a triumphant teacher. What is the need of a triumphant teacher? Why do we need a triumphant teacher? I just want to give a short note about the students of today. What about the students of today? Are they accepting whatever has been transacted in the classroom? No, not at all. The students of today are tech savvy, they are extraordinarily smart. They go and check and verify the information in different social networking platforms. They are assertive. They ask a lot of questions to the teachers. And moreover, regarding the qualities, nowadays the students are being tech savvy. They have very less attention span in the classroom. And they are hyperactive. In the primary level, they are very hyperactive. They cannot sit in one place. And most of them come from nuclear families, and some of them from separated families. And they replicate the values of the parents in the classroom. And they are not imbibed of moral values properly at home. So as teachers, we have a lot of responsibilities in the classroom. Some students are very stern, and some students are highly unethical because they do not know how to discriminate between the right ones and the wrong ones. So it is the biggest responsibility of a teacher in order to work with the students. That's why a teacher who is triumphant is the need of the hour in the teaching profession. So we are going to see one by one why triumphant teachers are needed in today's classroom. What do the triumphant teachers do? They guide students in adapting to rapid changes. I told you in the introductory note regarding the students' attitude. They are very stern. Nowadays, they are not in the attitude of accepting whatever the teacher says. So it's on the part of the teacher to be highly influential and to influence the student with proper knowledge and skills in order to go for a change in the curriculum and changes in the rules and regulations of the school, changes in the examination pattern. And previously we had board examinations only for the 10th and +2, but now we have board examinations for the 11th standard also. So starting from 10th to 12th, the students are striving a lot. They do not have any recreation at home. So they are almost like caged birds, and they are undergoing a lot of stress. So we are in the stage to handle such students and guide such students, because the students had to be accepting a lot of changes and new courses are being introduced into the study. So as teachers, we have to convince the students. And the next one is inspiring lifelong learning in students. Actually, a teacher should be very well versed in soft skills, because nowadays, you know, the rules and regulations in line with the teachers, because the teachers, like the earlier days, we cannot be very strict, and a teacher could use flowery language in order to instill the love of learning in the students. You have to speak flowery language, either in Tamil or English. You have to speak flowery language in order to captivate the attention of the students. And I had a professor when I was doing my post-graduation at Stella Maris College, and she used to be teaching the toughest subjects. And one day, and often she used to be telling, not one day, almost in regular intervals, whenever she teaches a theorem which is going to be very difficult to understand, she used to say, look at the beauty of the theorem. You just appreciate the efforts of the person who have given away the theorem. Just focus at the theorem. You can learn easily. So she used to be giving a lot of positivity in her language, which is so flowery, in order to captivate the attention of the students. And every now and then she used to be telling, look at the beauty of mathematics, appreciate the beauty of mathematics, so that we had a love for the subject. So a teacher is supposed to be uttering a lot of positive words in the classroom. And almost every day, the students used to be wishing us, isn't it? They used to be wishing us good morning. But in turn, some of us would say good morning. Others would just give a gesture of nodding their heads. But instead, if we say good morning, God bless you, dear, how it sounds is different, isn't it? The student would develop a liking for the teacher, because you're taking a little effort for the student in order to utter certain words. So make your words influence the learning on the students, and you just deliberate about the different events and different personalities in the classroom who have come up in their life amidst a lot of difficulties, so that the students will be taking up the values of the lifelong learning in the classroom, and building resilience and adaptability. What is resilience? Resilience is the ability to withstand or overcome any difficulty and come back to the normalcy, isn't it? An adaptive situation, we have to be flexible with any new environment. And as teachers, we have to be resilient. And with our role modeling, the student also will be resilient. I can just quote an incident which happened in my earlier part of my teaching career. Actually, when I joined a B.Ed college, I had a student who had been forced into the profession. He disliked teaching, but he had been forced into the profession. But then, whenever I was teaching in the classroom, whenever I was doing something regarding pedagogy, he used to be turning his head 45 degrees. So I was very patient with that student, and I used to tell him, Vinod, kindly listen, kindly turn your head. But he never did. And one day I called him and asked, why in spite of being not interested into the course, kindly respect a teacher. But then he was very adamant. He said, I just want to get away from the course. But thinking about the boy's parents, I was just asking the boy to go for a pass at least, so that he can finish the course. And one day came, I think it must be after 6 or 7 months. One day I got a phone call from the boy saying that, Madam, I was caught by the police, and I didn't steal anything, but the police caught me. Can you come and help? Because it was during the afternoon. I was in the college, and he told me, please come for my rescue. Immediately I got the help of few students in the classroom, and I went to the police station, and we brought back the boy. And after which the attitude of the boy completely changed. And what happened was, he took the final examinations, he went for a pass, and he joined a PG program in the same college. And every morning he used to be standing near my seat, and he used to wish me, and only then he used to go for his classes. I used to ask him several times, you're going to be late, why you want to wait for me? But then he said, I really like you, ma'am. I really respect you. I'm really sorry for having so adamant. So being resilient and adaptive to certain environments can work wonders in the classroom. That is out of my experiences. I can share a few experiences also, but because of time constraint, I'm just skipping. And promoting critical thinking and problem solving. And we have a lot of problems in the class. And every day in the classroom is not a cakewalk. Every day there will be behavioral problems in the classroom. There will be problems regarding understanding the concepts. There will be personal problems, fights among the students, and there will be groupism in the classroom. So in order to go for problem solving, we need to learn the conflict resolution strategy. So a teacher should be very well versed in resolving conflicts in the classroom. Supposing if a teacher finds it very difficult, then he or she can get the help of a school counselor. And what about promoting critical thinking? How can you promote critical thinking in the classroom? According to Bloom's taxonomy, educational objectives can be received through 3 domains. We have the cognitive domain, the affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. Cognitive domain is concerned with thinking, the thought process, and the affective domain concerned with the reactions between the student and the teacher, and the psychomotor domain is concerned with skill development. What are the components of the cognitive domain? We have certain components. For those who are unaware of the components, I'm repeating the components. Cognitive domain is concerned with the thought process, and we have 6 components. The first one is knowledge, understanding, application. These 3 are the primary components, beginner components, because without knowledge, a child cannot sit in the classroom. Without understanding, a child cannot do any application. So the knowledge, understanding, and application are interlinked, and every child can do all these 3 components. But what about analysis? What about thinking out of the box? What about segregating a question into parts and thinking? So this skill of analysis, the skill of synthesis. What is synthesis? It's just the opposite of analysis. It's just putting everything, all the parts together. And what is evaluation? You are getting a complete, thorough knowledge of the concept. So a child should be advocated in critical thinking right from the school stage, so that a child will never go for just rote memory. Memorizing will completely be out of the child's mind if we promote the critical thinking at a very early age. And next one, fostering inclusivity and empathy. Okay, I hope you all must be aware of classroom anxiety. Certain students will be ignored of good looks in the classroom, and just because he or she belongs to a very lower socioeconomic status, the students would be ignored. And certain students will be from different cultural backgrounds, and certain students will be very poor in academics. All such students will be ignored in the classroom, and they'll be sitting as isolates in the classroom. So a teacher is supposed to foster inclusivity. The teacher is supposed to blend the relationships between the creamy layer and the person who are underachievers. So it's the foremost responsibility to foster inclusivity in the classroom. And also empathy. Nowadays, the students will never show any empathy, because everybody is selfish at home, and the students replicate the same values outside. So empathetic values has to be given by the teacher. The teacher has to ask the student to be empathetic with the neighbor, empathetic with another student, help in other students through teaching or giving any monetary help, etc. So the value of empathy, feeling in other person's shoes, should be emphasized by a teacher in the classroom. And we are speaking about the need of a triumphant teacher. The next one is encouraging innovation and creativity. Nowadays, it's a technological era, and yesterday we actually received a lot of inputs regarding teachers using technology in the classroom. So we have to be encouraging innovation and creativity in the classroom. So we have to give room for various assignments through technology and various aspects through technology, and we have to give creative projects, and we can give creative group projects also, so that there will be collaboration and cooperation among students. And the students on certain occasions should be allowed to think out of the box during the classes, so that the students will be employing critical thinking in the classroom. And also critical awareness has to be instilled among students by the teachers. And next one is supporting emotional and social development. And as I told you, there'll be a lot of isolates in the classroom. So the teacher has to be emotionally with them, because the teacher has to be extending a helping hand to such students. The teacher has to go and smile, and the teacher has to go and have an extra word with such students, so that the students will be feeling very comfortable with the teacher. And the teacher has to work for making the students to be emotionally stable. And next one is the social development. How can we develop social development among students? Because most of the families of today, they're having only single child. They do not know, they do not have people to talk at home. So they are almost silent. So the teacher is supposed to develop interpersonal skills in the classroom. Often discussions should be done in the classroom involving two students. And the teacher also should be promoting ethical behavior. And what is ethical behavior? You should be teaching the student what is the right value and what is the incorrect value. So a teacher should be teaching the student to discriminate between the right and the wrong in the classroom, in the society, and also for his personal causes, and empowering students to be change makers. So every class and every teacher in this society has to go for a change in the students. The teacher is supposed to make a difference in the student lives. So I am just giving an example. The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, says about his teacher, and he studied under his favorite teacher, Molly Matthew, and he says during his class 7 and 8, Molly Matthew was a dedicated teacher, and she loved teaching the weak children. He specifically says that he loved teaching for the weak children, and she loved every moment of teaching in our class. And he says that she is the benchmark of compassion, patience, guidance, and inspiration. So he says that she is the change maker of my life. And the special thing is, after 27 years of his school education, he goes to the teacher's home and he has a word with the teacher. And he's very happy to meet his own teacher. And he hugs his teacher and he outpours his emotions. And actually, this is a very emotional moment with the teacher. And he says that your patience, your guidance, and inspiration meant a lot of me, and it had been helping me in my career till now. So this was the words uttered by Dr. Sundar Pichai. Recently, a doctorate has been conferred to Sundar Pichai from the IIT Kharagpur, and this is a new information. And this is about his teacher, Molly Matthew. So see the commitment and see the passion of the teacher towards teaching, because he says she loved teaching the weak students. And the final sentence is, she is the change maker of my life. So we really appreciate the value given to his own teacher by the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai. And Mrs. Molly Matthew seems to be a triumphant teacher who has pulled a very influential personality to her home just because of her teaching. So a big hats off to Mrs. Molly Matthew. So she has served as a change maker in the CEO of Google, Dr. Sundar Pichai. And let me go for a definition of a true teacher. Who is a true teacher? Who is a true teacher? The true teacher, can you just go through the slides? A true teacher is the one who can immediately come down to the level of the student and transfer his soul to the student's soul and see through the student's eyes and hear through his ears and understand through his mind. Okay, so what do we understand from this? Whether the student has understood my language, whether the student has understood the concept, whether the student actually has any doubts, the teacher has to come down to the level of 9th standard or 10th standard and transfer his soul to the student's soul and find out exactly whether the student had understood in the classroom. If this happens in each and every classroom, whether the student had understood every concept of the teacher by coming down to the level of the student, then every student will be very happy in each and every class. And now we shall go with the skills needed for a triumphant teacher. And every teacher will be having educational goals. As I told you, every teacher needs to work on the success for the students. So she has to have the leadership skills, the mediating skills, the teaching skills, and all the teaching competency skills in order to achieve the education goals. Second skill is the self-awareness and goal-setting skills, because only for a personal fulfillment, she actually prepares for each and every class. She has to be aware of herself. She has to introspect and see how far she has prepared and how far she has been deliberating in the classroom, how far she has been giving assignments and concept clarity in the classroom. So self-awareness, the skill of self-awareness is very much needed towards accomplishment of goals. So for goal setting, she needs to accomplish a lot of objectives so that she is very much happy and she is personally fulfilled. Every class, after finishing every class, the teacher has to be very happy, because as the student says, thank you, we understood. It is a big pride, and no materialistic gift in the world can replace this particular happiness of a students rising up and saying, thank you, ma'am, we understood everything. So this is the pride of being a teacher, and we all should be proud of being a teacher and taking up the profession. And problem solving skills. Problem solving skills, already I told you, certainly if you're a very good problem solver, if you have conflict resolution techniques, certainly you can make a positive impact on the student community. And whenever they encounter a problem, they come to you, they ask you for the solution. So the problem solving skills are very much needed for a teacher. And for the growth and recognition of the students, conceptual skills and interpersonal skills are very much needed for the students and also for the professional growth of teachers, because conceptual skills are very much important. A teacher should not stop learning. Every class needs preparation. And interpersonal skills, because you need to be a very sociable person in order to develop relationship with so many teaching communities, in order to go for your professional growth and recognition in the community. And I told you, every class will have its own challenges, and every day will have its own challenges. And challenges will be there in the family, in the environment, in the society, in the classroom. So we have to have a positive attitude and resilience in order to overcome all these challenges. A teacher needs to be very patient in order to overcome challenges in our teaching journey. And collaboration skills and positive reinforcement are very much needed. Please remove the usage of negative words in the classroom. I could quote an incident which took place during my first year of my teaching career. I was teaching in Ethiraj College, and one girl was not listening in the classroom. I just asked her, "Why you are talking? Kindly listen." And she was continuously crying in the classroom. I do not know what to do, because I didn't say anything wrong. I just told, kindly be silent, please do not talk. So the teachers, the students of today's generation, they are oversensitive. So we have to be very careful in using words in the classroom, negative words in the classroom. Kindly avoid negative reinforcement. And you just teach the students to use only positive words in the classroom. If you role model positive reinforcement, in turn, they'll also be exhibiting exhibiting positive values in the classroom. And the collaboration with the students, how you have relationship with your students, you have to set up a positive, healthy relationship with the students. Okay. And reasoning and communication skills. So if you're actually very good at reasoning, and if you're very good in communicating in both the languages, then you can easily empower students. You can ask the students, every day you go and learn a word, every day you go and learn an English word, so that you develop your skill of communication. You just tell in your classroom to the students the importance of communication skills, the importance of improving your vocabulary, the importance of reasoning skills, because as and when they complete the higher education, they need to go for a lot of competitive examinations. So they need the reasoning skills. And next one is the active listening skills and conflict resolution skills. We teachers are very, including me, we are very impatient, and we just cut short the information. Kindly tell me what is to be done. So now the student community demands active listening skills from the teachers and conflict resolution skills in order to establish a healthy relationship with the students. Then I'll go with the personal values of for a triumphant teacher. The first one is the passion for teaching and learning. What do you mean by the word passion? Passion is being over-enthusiastic, over-energetic towards doing something. So all of us have different passion in our life. So the passion for teaching and learning has to be a particular value, a personal value for a triumphant teachers. So you can just go through the qualities of passion. So whenever we feel like weeping after being burnt out in the evening, after being standing for 7 long hours in the school, or after being giving a lot of lectures in the college, we feel like weeping. Oh my God, my whole body is aching. But the passion for the students, the love for the students will keep us laughing. Similarly, I've just given certain examples you can go through. And how to develop passion in education. So the first one is to develop love for the students, love for the subject, and passion to be committed to the institution, passion towards risk-taking nature. You have to be a risk-taking teacher in order to go for new accomplishments in the field of education. And I just want to quote an incident which happened in the life of Dr. Abdul Kalam. You all know that Abdul Kalam did his undergraduation at St. Joseph's College, Trichy. And in his autobiography book, Wings of Fire, he speaks about his teacher, Father T.N. Secura, a teacher who taught him English, and he was also a warden for him at the hostel. And there is some disturbance. Can I proceed?
Everything is okay.
Everything is okay. So, Mangi ma'am, kindly help the person to mute the mic. And as
Yes,
I told you, he had a teacher named T.N. Secura, who was an English teacher and a warden. And in his book, Wings of Fire, Abdul Kalam mentions about Father Secura being very dedicated, patient, and had concern for his students. And every evening, Father Secura walked with the Bible in his hands, and he locked every room in order to find out the personal needs of the students. So he was a very compassionate, patient teacher, according to Dr. Abdul Kalam. And when Abdul Kalam took up the post of a president, once he was called by Loyola Institute of Business Administration, shortly named as LIBA, which is situated in the Loyola campus, actually for the Silver Jubilee celebrations, Dr. Abdul Kalam has been called to offer the presidential address. So Abdul Kalam had accepted to offer the presidential address, and he had been there on that particular day. The programs commenced during the evening, and after the program, Abdul Kalam had inquired about the teachers whom taught by him in at St. Joseph's College, Trichy. So he was inquiring about the past teachers at St. Joseph's College, and he came to know that his favorite teacher
Ma'am, you are on.
Ma'am, it is not audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, you have Mangai, what happened? It is not audible.
You have to unmute.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. I've muted all the others.
Ma'am, you.
Yes, Mangai.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Only the audio. Yes.
Yes. Is it audible? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute. Oh my God. Yes, actually, I'm really sorry. Abdul Kalam, I told you earlier, Abdul Kalam was a student at St. Joseph, and he had his favorite teacher, Secura, and he had come to Loyola College campus at Liba to offer the presidential address. And after the presidential address, he had inquired about his teachers who taught him at St. Joseph's, and to his knowledge, he came to know that his favorite teacher's grave is at the Loyola campus. He was very determined to pay his tribute to the teacher, and he had asked the security guards to stop the vehicle near the graveyard. But according to the protocol, the security guards are not supposed to stop the vehicle anywhere in between. But then, due to a lot of insistence from the President of India, they had to stop the vehicle near the graveyard, and they were highly panicky because the president stepping down from the car and going somewhere. It was pitch dark late in the evening. So the president asked the security guards to remain near the vehicle. He took the company of two fathers, and he walked towards the grave of his favorite teacher, and he knelt down near the grave. He kissed the grave, and he uttered the following words: Father Sequeira, if you're not there, there is no Abdul Kalam. Father Sequeira, if you're not there, there is no nuclear scientist called Abdul Kalam. Father Sequeira, if you're not there, there is no President Abdul Kalam. The passion towards the love for students had made the great teacher, Father Sequeira, made the president, actually the passion from the teacher for the students has made the president to bow down before the teacher. So see the passion and love for the students Father Sequeira had, so that the president wanted to pay tribute for the teacher. So this is a very soul-touching incident which has been done by the former president, and really we appreciate the efforts of the efforts of the president in order to have an interest for the teaching profession. And I think almost he was collapsed during deliberation in while he was deliberating to a group of students in IIT, I believe, because his last breath was only during a conference. So all through his journey, he was very passionate. Abdul Kalam sir was very passionate towards the students. This is a small incident which I wanted to share because Dr. Abdul Kalam had immense love for his teacher. Are we in love with the teachers? Are we grateful to our teachers? So we have to introspect and check whether we are showing gratitude to our past teachers. Are we sending small messages in order to cherish them during Teachers' Day or during special days or during birthdays? Are we doing so? So let us follow the footsteps of this great man. A big hats off to Dr. Abdul Kalam. And I'm just going to highlight an incident. Actually, a retired teacher named Ponmani Devi, and she happens to be a Tamil teacher, and her husband is also a teacher. They both are very much passionate towards the subject Tamil. And this retired teacher, Ponmani, donated 1 acre land worth rupees 4 crore to a government school in Erode district. So let us celebrate the passion of the teacher towards donation of land to the school. And personal values for a triumphant teacher: empathy and compassion. So empathy and compassion should be an accompaniment for every teacher. A teacher should be standing in the student's shoes, because whenever a student comes and asks for permission or special permissions, or whenever a student comes and shares with us their agonies, we have to empathize with the student and we have to be compassionate with the students. That is a foremost quality essential for a teacher. And let us look at this compassionate teacher. And more than compassion, he was very supportive, friendly, innovative, and all the time available teacher for all the students in the school. And when the teacher has been announced transfer from one school to another, the students, I think all of you must have been aware of this incident. The school authorities has given him a farewell, but the students are not giving him farewell. The students are crying, please do not go away. So this is the emotional moment, crying of the teacher and the crying of the students, the emotional bond between the teacher and the student. As I told you in the beginning, success could not be achieved. Success not only could be achieved by the experienced teachers. The triumphant teacher could be an young teacher. You look at this triumphant teacher being pulled by the students, and the students are asking me to remain in the same school. And this happened to be this incident happened to open the eyes of the media. And what happened was the government withdrew his transfer. The teacher was again put in the same school. And the very big media organization behind Woods offered Bhagavan teacher a gold medal. And during the award giving ceremony, Bhagavan teacher took his parents, both his parents along. His father was a farmer, and after being honored with the gold medal, he took away his gold medal and he gave it to his mother. And he emotionally said that his mother had given away lot of jewels for her education. Now it is the proud moment for me in order to honor my mother in front of a lot of people. That was the emotional talk given by Bhagavan teacher. So a big thank you for energetic, supportive and friendly teachers who are contemporarily available in this profession. So let us learn the positive values inhibited by Bhagavan teacher to be in our lives too. And integrity and honesty. So we have a lot of things happening in our institutions. So whenever in certain cases, certain people accuse us for our mistakes, we have to admit our limitations, and we have to be very assertive. We have to be honest, and we have to be all the time ethical in all our interactions with the head of the institution, with the students, also with the peer groups, that is the colleagues. So integrity and honesty has to be with the teacher, and adaptability and flexibility. So adaptability and flexibility. What is adaptability and flexibility? Because as teachers, we have to go for changes, because every teacher has to go for a change in the classroom. Every day going with the same methodology won't be very good for the students. So we have to go for changes. And let us go watch a small slide regarding the flexibility and adaptability of an English teacher with the innovative teaching methods. An English teacher, I think she's a good YouTuber. You all must have been watching her. And actually, she's from Avinashi, Coimbatore, and she posts a video in YouTube with the students, and she's she's almost developing their spoken English, and she uses new words, and she introduces new words which is unknown to the students. And for every video, each of her video, she takes the help of her own students in the classroom, and she's very proud to showcase the talents of the students. The students are very fluent in English, so she's very happy to post videos along with the students. So the teacher has a commitment, and she actually demonstrates everything through technology to create a learning environment, a learning experience for our students. So this is a very innovative practice. The students are very happy. And recently I heard from our YouTube that she has gone to a school near ACAT. That is the school which has been worked by our mother, and she's very happy to work in our mother's school. And even in that school, she's working along with the government school children in order to put few more videos in English communication, and also with the new words unknown to the students. So we appreciate the teacher Evangeline Priscilla's innovative efforts towards the teaching profession, and making the students who come from very low, very poor socioeconomic backgrounds to speak in English fluently. And what about the resilience and perseverance? I've already told you. So resilience and perseverance are really essential for a teacher, because the teacher might develop stress whenever somebody says something, whenever a student targets on her, whenever some teacher tells out something, whenever she faces some issues in the family or from the society. So the teacher should be focusing on self-care. The teacher should be very much concerned with her health, and she has to develop stress management techniques, and she has to be doing relaxation techniques, and she has to be seeing every challenge as an opportunity for learning. So resilience and perseverance has to be there for a teacher, so that personally she develops her self-care. and commitment to equity and inclusion. The teacher should be impartial to all the students and should be unbiased. And she has to be practicing different teaching methodologies in order to cater to students coming from different backgrounds. Okay, and you have the different stream of students in the classroom. You have slow learners, and you have mediocres, and you have gifted students, and the teacher is supposed to practice each and every method in the classroom and has to favor inclusion in the classroom. And a teacher is supposed to treat every student in the classroom equally without partiality. And a teacher should be a continuous learner, because the continuous pursuit of knowledge, it is very, very essential. Updateness of knowledge and skills, which are very much needed to the profession, and collaboration and teamwork. So the teacher has to form their own learning communities, association of teachers. They can actually go for seminars, workshop, share their ideas, and get to know so many ideas, and they can build strong relationships with students, teachers, and also the parents. Humility. What do you mean by humility? Are we humble? As teachers, are we humble? Because humility is a very important quality, and actually teaching is a reciprocal process. And a teacher should be open to learn from their peers and other students. And humility is a quality that makes us to think that we are no way superior to others. So we have to be treating others equally. Even you can learn from another history teacher, even you can learn from maths teachers, even you can learn from students. So certain qualities and certain concepts could be learned from others. So we have to practice self-reflection. We have to think and see whether I have hurt somebody in the classroom, whether I have hurt somebody in the staff room. And you have to get to know the feedback from the students, from the staff members, and you have to assess and see whether you're humble in the profession. And optimism and positivity. Always use positive language, always be optimistic, and you celebrate small victories. Like I said, every class should be a boost for you. As students acknowledge you, you celebrate your efficiency, you celebrate your potential, and you have a mindset so that you help everyone in the classroom. And it's just a slide for you. The teacher should be a role model. Are you committed in work? Are you passionate? Do you motivate students' progress? Do you possess a caring attitude? Will you demonstrate creativity in teaching? Will you build trust with the students? Do you provide constructive feedback? What is constructive feedback? You're giving a feedback which is negative for their improvement. That is constructive feedback. And will you encourage your students to analyze in the process of learning? So making your students to analyze is a big task. And tips for professional growth: maintain professional relationships, update your qualifications, promote your reading skills, create new methods of teaching, and deliberate it in new platforms, might be in seminars, workshops, and other conferences. And I just share the key professional values. A teacher should be committed to student success, and the teacher has to meet out the expectations of every student in the classroom, and the teacher has to celebrate the achievement of every student. If the student goes outside and accomplishes something, and if he accomplishes a win, the teacher should be certain to appreciate the wins and success of the student. So all the time, the teacher should be committed to the success of the student, and continuous professional development. And as I told you, the teacher should be developing herself professionally and ethical responsibility in the classroom. The teacher should be highly ethical and accountability in the profession. And you have the accountability for all the students in the profession. And you should have the collaboration with stakeholders, and you have to organize programs for the students in order to promote good value system and to promote the new things in the society, promote the advancement in technology. So collaboration with stakeholders is an essential task for the teachers, and reflective practices is very important. You have to do self-reflection so that you identify your mistakes and you can correct them in due course. And advocacy for the teaching profession. You have to spread out the flavor of the teaching profession to all your students, to the society. That is the foremost task of a teacher. And more than everything, every class you need to smile. Smile is the most important teaching aid for a teacher, according to the chairman of NCTE. And my request is to make a difference in students' lives. The strength of our student relationships makes the difference in translating our passion for teaching into the passion for learning. So the relationship of a teacher and student should be in such a manner so that the passion for teaching should go as a passion for learning in the minds of the students. So there are a lot of challenges faced by teachers in the present scenario. We can just go through. So as teachers, we have to see to the challenges, and we all have to emerge to be triumphant teachers, because triumphant teachers are the need of the heart, because success cannot come overnight, and you all have to work for success, including me. We are all working towards success, and we have to revive the value erosion which has been happening in our profession. And we have a lot of news from the media regarding teachers' behavior, and so that it's up to us to revive the loopholes of the profession and provide a positive environment for the students for better learning. And I'm really happy to wind up my talk, and I wish you all a very happy teaching journey and a very happy Teachers' Day. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jaba ma'am. If you have any questions, you can ask Jaba ma'am and she'll be happy to give her answers. Dear participants, do you have any questions?
Japa, congratulations. Thank you so much. It was very nice, wonderful. Japa?
Yes, sister. Yes, sister.
Japa?
I can.
It was very nice, wonderful. Wonderful presentation. Nice, very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, ma'am, for empowering the educators to celebrate success by inspiring the students by being a good teacher and a true teacher like you. Thank you, ma'am. I now call upon Mr. Jashwant, Assistant Professor of English, to propose the vote of thanks. Participants, kindly listen. The feedback form for day 1, day 2, and day 3 is posted in the YouTube channels as well as the Google Meet. Kindly fill those forms. We have given all the 3 days feedback forms together. Please fill the forms. Jashwant sir.
Ma'am, hello. Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, shall I continue my word of thanks?
Yes, sir.
Pleasant good evening, and it's my immense pleasure to be in front of you, and it's almost an honor for me to deliver the vote of thanks for the step 3 at 360-degree skill enhancement program for teachers, national level faculty program organized by IQAC of Stella Matantana College of Education, Chennai, in association with the IQAC of Sri Vidya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar, in celebration of Teachers' Day 2024. First and foremost, I would like to extend my gratitude for the resource person of the day 3 of our FDP. And now I would also like to extend my gratitude to Engineer Ramanujan Das, Chairman of Sri Vidya College of Arts and Science, Virudhunagar, Reverend Dr. S.R. Ruby, that's Sister Ruby Alangara Mary, the Secretary of Stella Matunta College of Education, Chennai, and Dr. and Mrs. Joseph Catherine, the principal of Stella Matunda College, Chennai, for encouraging us to make this FDP on a grand success in forum of Google Meet. I'm immensely pleased to give my own thanks to the other participants, those who are all participating in the faculty development program on this forum. Ma'am, your points of uh, this session were more exclusive, and the inculcation of the honesty was more impressive, and the intention of a teaching which you gave was more impressive, and the objectives which you have given for teaching ability was more effective, and then the empathy and the compassionate which our teachers we most need at this present education system, and this era is more effective which you have given for us, ma'am. Thank you. And you have also quoted that your own teacher as Priscilla, whom you have been made to be inspired, and likewise you have motivated us in such a manner, both in stress management and also in an uh, difference of students happenings. Ma'am, thank you so much for your session, ma'am. We were more the session was more informative, and your session was more valuable for us. We are more glad to be in this evening. Thank you so much, and the pleasure is mine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of gratitude.
Thank you, Jashwant sir. And once again, I thank Dr. Professor of Mathematics from Stella Matuna College of Education for being our resource person and motivating us and inspiring us to be successful teachers. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mangai ma'am, for the opportunity. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Let us end the meeting today. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you.
Wish you all a very happy Teachers' Day for tomorrow.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wishes to everyone. Both the
Advance
colleges.
happy Teachers' Day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful message, ma'am. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is very informative session, and also advance Teachers' Day, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Everything is going on. Very nice message it was given and the information we got.